Did you guys know we recently hit 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube? Well, we'd actually be at more like 6,000 if the 85% of you returning viewers actually hit the subscribe button. You scroll down just a little bit and there's going to be a subscribe button for you guys right here. You can even hit like on the video or share it with your friends too while you're down there. And our description box down below also has links to all of the different socials I have. And the best part is you can even leave a comment telling me how much you enjoyed the video, or didn't. I don't care, it's your life. Subscribing doesn't take anything but that 1 second of time, and it really helps make sure that you don't miss any of my uploads. So if you are enjoying watching all of my content, it helps you out, and it helps me out. Now that you've done that, let's get back to the video. What is up, guys? Ninja Nick back with another round of the Champions League. We have a Charizard deck here featured versus Miraidon. So it looks like these players are 10-1. That is a pretty decent record, if I do say so myself. 10 times the amount of wins as you have losses is pretty good. Better than I've ever done at a tournament. What was my best record, now that I'm thinking about it? It's like, was it like 9-3-4? I want to say, was it 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? So that would be 16 rounds? That doesn't sound right. 9-2-4? I think it might have been 9-2-4. I don't remember. Whatever I did at Philly Regionals in 2018 to 2019 season. It was my first day 2 and I got in at 504. That was the first tournament that allowed 6-2-1s and 504s into the day 2. I went 504 because nobody could beat me. They tried. It was a bunch of natural ties, and it was because it was Zoroark GX format. So, a deck very similar to Gardevoir EX, but it has quite a different attack. You attack with your Curlias, basically. So, it looks like we just get a Jet Energy attached to our Entei. In order to force that into the active spot, we do use the Fleet-Footed of that. It is the Fire-type Raikou. It does have 10 more HP, which is very relevant. That means a Raikou cannot actually knock out the Entei if both benches are full. Unless you have an additional damage modifier like a Choice Belt or Vitality Band or something. Having one Charmander down is not ideal. You might want to have a second one in case your opponent is able to maybe boss it up. And I thought we were against Miraidon here, but no, it looks like it is Lost Box. We are playing just a regular Turbo Lost Box build. We do have our own Jet Energy, I think, in hand. And we Fleet-Footed for Battle VIP Pass. That is an absolutely insane draw there. So yeah, I would say that this is probably favored for the Lost Box deck just because it can go fast. We might be able to just see like an Escape Rope knock out the Bieberol very early. You never find the rare candy for the Charmander. And then you go ahead and you, on the next turn, use Sableye to Lost Mine, knock out double Charmander. Because it looks like they are playing the 60 HP Charmander as opposed to that new 70 HP one that was released in 151. I don't see any reason why you would not play the 70 HP one. Or like Bidoof has a 60 HP version. Has a 70 HP version. It just doesn't have the bench barrier ability. I forgot what Carefree Countenance is what it's called. I always like to call them bench barrier. It basically protects itself on the bench. Or Shell Shield. Shell Shield Squirtle is what I'm thinking of. Looks like the Escape Rope is going to force that Bidoof up. You probably don't want to be sacrificing the Charmander this early. You don't want to leave yourself with just Entei Bidoof against a Lost Box deck. So you have to keep the Charmander in rotation in order to have the potential to evolve. And yeah, it looks like we do have a Jet Energy. We could attach that and then Flower Selecting and then retreat into a next Flower Selecting. All we're really looking for here now is the Cramorant. So we've used 2 flower selectings. We do have, we've already used the Chorus's experiment, so there are 4 cards in the Lost Zone right now. It is blocked by my webcam a little bit, but right there it does say 4. Just take my word for it, guys. But you could see it for a second when they did zoom out. Again, just looking for that Cramorant. Can we find it? Is there a Cramorant off of this flower selecting? Looks like we do find a Lost Vacuum. We've already used our retreat, so that Beach Court in hand isn't really doing much of anything. We do have concealed cards access, though, so we discard the water energy to draw 2. Love to see that Heart Gold Soul Silver art where the Lugia is on it, which is actually funny because Lugia is not a water Pokemon. It's like King of the Sea or something, but or King of the Oceans or something. I don't remember. It's weird because like there's Lugia and Kyogre and Manaphy are all like sea royalty technically, and it doesn't make sense because they're not all related, I guess. We do find Forest Seal Stone is able to put that on the Raikou to use a V-Star power this turn, but I'm not sure if we're getting quite where we want to be. Looks like we're gonna Lost Vacuum, get rid of our another Forest Seal Stone out of our. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so we're going to get rid of double Forest Seal Stone, 1 out of hand, 1 off of the board. This puts us to 7 cards exactly in the Lost Zone, and we are going to double Mirage Gate. So we are able to set up our Greninja, being able to put water and lightning to the active, as well as another water there, and then a psychic to, oh, a little bit of a misplay there. So that could have been the lightning to the Raikou instead, but he put it too early onto the Greninja. Usually putting the lightning to the Greninja is correct, but you already have the Raikou in play. So I think in this situation, since you didn't put the lightning on the Raikou, it might have been just as correct to just put a psychic to the Comfey instead, just to give it a retreat pivot. But yeah, that could have been a lightning to the Raikou, so you could just attach for turn on the next turn to attack. And it looks like we did choose to damage the Entei, which is a very interesting decision, because that does allow... Well, I guess that is what you have to do, right? Because the there's that shell shield, essentially, the Carefree Countenance on the Bidoof. So they can knock out the Charmander and damage the Entei. And now the Entei might be able to go down to the... Raikou on this next turn, and they'll be on a 3-prize lead. We need at least a Fire Energy just to attack here. We've already used our Fleet-Footed on our Entei, but we just do not have much of anything going on here. We do have a Charizard EX in hand. I don't even know if I see the rare candy that there would have been able to do that, but it looks like we're going to go after a Comfey and attack it. I guess we were not taking the knockout on the Greninja. Now, I do believe Entei also has water weakness, right? Yeah, so it actually took 180 damage from the Greninja since it was in the active spot. So that's actually kind of crazy. Bench damage does not apply weakness or resistance a vast majority of the time, but active damage always does, even though Moonlight Shuriken just does 90 to 2 Pokemon. If you're choosing the active, it's doubled. Double that and give it to the next Entei. Oh, we see it must be hot in there because that guy has a towel. He's toweling off his own head. So we did use a Chorus's experiment. We're at 9 in the Lost Zone now. Or did we? We should be at 10. If we had 7, used Flower Selecting and Chorus, we should be at 10. But we are going to move into our Raikou Fleet-Footed. And yeah, this might be a huge issue here, not being able to attack with the Raikou. You could have at least attacked and knocked out the Bidoof here, but now you're not going to have that. And now, if we do have Super Rod and another Mirage Gate, as well as just the Switch Cart, which I know we have the Switch Cart in hand, we can actually use Greninja again and take the game, because the Bidoof only protects itself on the bench. It does not protect itself in the active spot. It's now been forced active. The Greninja can actually take the knockout on both of these remaining Pokemon and win by bench out. But it looks like we are still missing that next Mirage Gate and Super Rod. I don't see either of those in hand right now. But this Lost Box player taking a little bit too much time, in my opinion, to think right now. Yeah, we've gone through 2 gates. I don't think there's any in the Lost Zone. I know there weren't any in the previous turn. We are going to Nest Ball here. What do we find? Maybe a Sableye or another Comfey is fine as well. Yeah, we're up to 11 cards in the Lost Zone now, so definitely should be able to Lost Mine. We do have the Sableye in hand. Actually, we do have a Mirage Gate in hand. I see it. So we're just looking for Super Rod. And we get double Super Rod off of this. Oh, man. So now you just Super Rod in the energies, and now you can use Mirage Gate. No. Well, okay, you can use Sableye to take the game anyway, but I think it would have been so much more fun to take the game with the Greninja, right? It would have been so much more fun to take the game with Greninja, in my opinion. You could have Super Rod, Mirage Gated, Switch Carded, and then knock out the active with the Greninja. But no, just going to use Lost Mine, put 6 on the active, 6 on the bench, take the knockout on both, and you win the game. Yeah, because I think the bench only needs 5 more damage counters, because it's at 180, it has 230, yeah. So you have 1 spare damage counter between the 2. But yeah, that was a heck of a game. That ended up really being a really cool checkmate scenario. So as always, guys, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe and all of that. That was actually a really fun one to see. We will see you guys next time. Woo!